Hello, everyone. It's Leslie Flowers, Trailblazer for Women in Business. And this is the Awakening Your Infinite Potential Telesummit. What is Awakening Your Infinite Potential? Today we have with us a most amazing gentleman, Aigars Kaulins. And Aigars is very unique in the coaching industry because he helps those who have ADHD, either themselves or have a member of your family or community that has ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and he's a mindset coach. Aigars is from Latvia and started his career at 14. Quick to learn, leading him to move up the career ladder in Latvia very quickly. He was a management professional by 23, yet 5 years later, his whole career melted away when he was diagnosed with cluster headaches. He noticed he had lost muscle tone, so that it was like a baby's muscles, really soft. He could not control his emotions and was chronically stressed. Also, angry a lot. Aigars always felt anxious or depressed. Now that self-doubt, as you can imagine, led him quickly to failure after failure, and finally led him to the conclusion that he was alone and there was no one that could help him. Yet Aigars was determined to find the answers to the question, why is this happening to me? And I know our listeners have probably thought the same things to themselves. And so he did. He got the answer at age 32. He was relieved to finally be diagnosed with ADHD, which was his turning point or awakening moment. Welcome, Aigars.
Hello, Leslie. Nice to.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, I'm happy to speak and happy to share my message and my story.
Excellent. So let's begin. Tell us a little bit about your journey, where you were before, and then when you reached that point at 32, when you got your diagnosis and you changed your mind about what that meant.
Where I was, I think I was in a mess, in a total mess, because I didn't know what's happening with me quite a while, 32 years of my life. And a problem was that everybody reminds me that, oh, something is wrong with you, you're doing something wrong, and this is not the way how it should be done, and it is too fast, you are too impulsive, and you make small mistakes, and you can't hold your attention. And it's come in my life all the time from outside. Then I started to begin believe that it's my life, and step by step it's become stressful. It's become in a way I start to show depression, that nothing is going like I would love to move forward, because when I was at age 9, I had big dreams and everything else, and here you are with a great career, with good money earning and everything else, and still you feel that something is wrong with you, and you can't find this answer. What the problem is, and then was 27, 28 of age, and I just broke totally with cluster headaches. I was walking on a street, that cluster headache attack hit me in the middle of street. I am in great clothes and everything else, and I am sitting on a street in a pain, and I don't know what is it. And then started problem after problem, and 5 years later, the same neurologist who is looking on my cluster headaches and looking on all the medicine stuff and says that it's all the signs you have ADHD. And then came the question, do you want to live the life as you lived? Do you want medicine? And I was, oh my gosh, what I could do. I'm already taking roughly 15 pills a day for cluster headaches, and it's not treating anything. And then I went home and started to think. I was, due to cluster headaches, I was trying to learn a little bit from personal growth or something, or to find the answers, what is wrong with me, and I couldn't. And then that's ADHD, and asking this question, why it's happening with me, what is this trying to teach me, and I opened Google for surprise, and written this question, what is the spiritual meaning of ADHD? And it's clearly first opened article was explaining that this is a teaching about acceptance and love, and so I started to look for this answer. If that is a teaching of acceptance and love, so it should be that I do not accept myself anymore. And in a moment when I understand that I didn't came in this world by accident, it should be some purpose for me. That was a turning point when I started to move different direction. When I understand that within me is still that power and the message what I can share, and I started to learn more and more, and made research even on ADHD by myself. So I mix it together, like looking on science explanation what is ADHD, but putting to treatment approach of spirituality, personal growth, and changes in my lifestyle.
Okay, so let me
this
ask.
Is my story for a past and how it happens.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. So the awakening of your infinite potential happened once you had your ADHD diagnosis, and then you began to do research on Google, and it was while you were studying those things that you had this paradigm shift or this awakening that you're not a victim, that you actually were given this experience so that you could turn it into a lesson and help others. Would that be a fair explanation?
It would be more than fair explanation, because everybody come in this world with some kind of message within us, and we could experience someone experience some sickness, illness, or through the medical condition. Somebody is just experience hardship after hardship, and still that is time for preparation, that your message should come out, and under everything you can find this message from I don't know, from universe, God, or I don't know, from source, that within you is this message what should be heard by others, and that is how we learn, or we can help others, and that is everybody's purpose, to help each other. And if my experience or my way can help someone, I'm happy to share it.
Now, I find something very interesting about what you said, Aigars. You know, all the people in your life as you were growing up, and you had these different behaviors, if you will, that were not necessarily normal, you actually created a belief system based on what they thought. And
Oh,
you,
yes.
and is that not true that we all do this, that we operate and believe about ourselves from the input we get from other people? Would you agree with that?
We do. We are programmed since childhood from parents, from grandparents, and what I find out, we don't need to be programmed like with words. It can be that we hold some belief systems even from periods when our grandparents was living in other time. We hold that, and that's what science is telling us, that like epigenetics tells us, we hold these like beliefs even if we are not told about them. And one other turning point happened with me is when I began to work with, like we are talking lots of mindset and everything else, that if we change a mindset, and if we can move forward and live better life. And I find out we can still be held back in a moment if we don't work on the belief systems what we even don't know we have. And that's made my mind or thinking process more clear. And uh, and and for that as well is, you can use meditation, you can use binaural beats, or it's a lots of techniques what you can use to clean out of your subconscious mind those conditions what you even don't know. And
Well,
they,
I think what was so important was, I mean, you said it yourself, that based on the beliefs that were built around what other people said about you, you were operating that that was true. When actually, when you began to investigate and started looking a little more inwardly, right, belief systems, personal development, spirituality, that you begin to realize there are new and better ways and refreshing ways of looking at something if you're only willing to do what you did, which was, first of all, ask that question. Why is it happening to me? And then second of all, do some research like Igars did, and consider, this is what I'm hearing from you, Igars, consider that there is infinite potential even through these difficult times, that they are lessons. Would you agree with that?
yes, I would more than agree with that. It is a lesson in every hardship. It is, and they are beautiful lessons when you accept them. If you don't
Yes.
accept them, they are just mess, trouble, and everything else. But when you accept this as a teaching or lesson or turning point, you can get good results out of it.
And I really love what you're saying, and I want the listeners to understand a couple of things about Igars and what he does. It's stressful and challenging to either have ADHD or have someone in your family that has it. And Igars, for his download, is going to invite you, he's giving you an hour of his time to talk through the challenges. Because remember, he is not only involved in ADHD, but he's also a mindset coach. And also, if you're having a lot of wild symptoms and you haven't been diagnosed, if you want to talk with Igars, he will refer you to a physician if indeed that is where you are. So you want to be sure to download his opportunity for you to have a conversation with him. He's really amazing and very flexible. And this is a unique niche that he's in. And I love the fact that he turned it around and now he uses personal development to shift the mindset and to create new beliefs. Beliefs that aren't that there's something wrong with you, but the beliefs that that thing that is wrong with you is actually the lesson for you to help others. So Aigars, thank you so much coming all the way from Latvia. We so appreciate you. Thank you for coming today. Any last words that you would, one last thing that you would tell people about if they have erratic behavior or they think they have ADHD? What would they do? What would be one thing they could do?
Even if you experience this ADHD or you have it or you experience symptoms like, don't talk about it. Don't put in mind that you have it. Just put your mind on the strengths you have. That is the first thing. As more you talk about ADHD, as more you will start to experience it. And that is a simple truth.
Yeah.
But as more we talk, we start to more experience it, and we can't see the good side of it. So thank you, Leslie, for opportunity to talk with those people, and thank you for organizing all this stuff.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and I know that those people that are meant to hear this message are listening right now, and they're going to reach out to you. So thank you, everyone, for attending. This was Aigars Kaulins, and I will see you at the next venue and our next speaker. This is Awakening Your Infinite Potential Telesummit. I'm Leslie Flowers, Trailblazer for Women in Business.